about the objectives of Project to Organize Your Speech.
The objectives for Project to Organize Your Speech. Select an appropriate outline which allows listeners to easily follow and understand your speech. Make your message clear with supporting material directly contributing to that message. Use appropriate transition when moving from one idea to the other. Create a strong opening and conclusion. Time, 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi. He is working in Emirates NBD as a credit risk analyst, and he believes that friends come and out, but there is precious few to whom you should hold on to.
Friends, please welcome Toastmaster Suhail Khan.
Dear Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening.
Good evening.
Sitting alone in my apartment and reflecting on my life, my thoughts took me to the philosophy class which I took during my college. The class, a very interesting discussion is going on. We are discussing a paradox known as ship of Theseus. It goes something like this. Imagine you have a ship known as Titanic. And every time when Titanic came back to the dock, some of its parts were replaced by the new one. And at the same time, the discarded parts were taken by another team to reassemble to build a new ship. So, as a result, what happens over several years, all the parts of the Titanic has been replaced with the new ones. And all the discarded pieces have been assembled into a new ship. So as a result, we have two ships in front of us. Now, the dilemma is, which one is Titanic? The renovated one or the one fitted with the discarded piece of Titanic? We, at the class, everyone was struggling hard to understand what would be the answer. How can something change and remain the same thing? And if something changes, it's no longer the same thing, it's different. And if it's different, it's no longer the same thing. So, believe me, we discussed this paradox over the next few classes. And so even after so much of discussion, we were not able to answer all the dilemmas surrounding this issue. But several years after this discussion in the class, I now understand this dilemma, and its importance in our life. Its importance in our lives. Over the years, in fast-changing world, all of us have undergone a lot of different changes in our life. Our bodies have changed. Our beliefs, our desires, our attitude, and our ideologies have changed. So, are we the same person? Are we the same kid who used to throw tantrums just to get his or her favorite toy? Are we the same person who loved painting so much that the living room wall was his big canvas? Are we still the same? But the bigger question here is, how do we know that? Are we the same person who we used to be? I think to answer all these questions, first we will have to understand or resolve the dilemma of identity. That is, how we identify person or things. To understand the concept of identity, let me start with something. Let me start with something which many of the married people in the audience would have heard or will hear from their spouses. And this is, you're not the same person I married, you have changed. But have you ever wondered, what has changed? that your spouses now identify you as a different person altogether. In my opinion, it could be anything from your dressing sense to your weight. But however, I think there are some core characteristics associated with any person or an object which actually help us identify that object. So for example, for people, it might be the personal trait, something like integrity, humanity, humility, or compassion, which could be the core of their identity. And in some cases, it could be a totally different thing altogether. For example, a family jewelry which a mother hands over to her daughter, although would have gone over the generation, would have been repaired and have gone under a lot of changes, but it will still be the same for them. Because in this case, we don't identify that jewelry by its physical appearance, but with the emotion or memories attached to it. So sometimes identity is nothing but what it signifies, like our Toastmasters logo. So let's go back to our dilemma of ship. I think in case of a dilemma of ship, what defines ship is the core structure of the ship and core internal structure of the ship rather than its exterior. So no matter how much renovation have been done, the ship will remain the Titanic. And like ship, we also have internal structure, which is core of our identity. Although we have our physical appearances have changed, but as far as our core identity don't change, will not change as a person. So let's think, have we changed, have our core identity changed? That how much we have changed from our core identity, which our friends, family used to love us for? Or simply think, what has changed in us which we used to like about ourselves? I think it's the time to think. It's time to reflect and see what was our core identity and how far we have moved from it. Has the change made us the better version of ourselves or a different version altogether? Think about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sohail, for that thought-provoking speech. Can we have 30 seconds for feedback? I hope everyone's got a feedback form. Words of encouragement, harsh words, everything is welcome. We'll have 30 seconds for that. Our next speaker is going to attempt Project 3 of CC Manual Get to the Point. Her evaluator, Toastmaster John Verghese, will read out the objectives of Project 3 Get to the Point.